Alone for Christmas. I spent my Christmas alone. Now today is not on the 25th, it's on the 27th, and I just decided to do this video. Alone for Christmas. Is it a blessing or do we call it lonely? However you decide to look at it, for me, it was a blessing. For me, it was an answered prayer. For me, it was a necessity. Like, have you ever been in a situation in your life before and you knew that the environment wasn't safe for you? You knew the environment wasn't good for you mentally, spiritually, like financially, in all ways, but you just never knew how to get yourself out of that place. And 2023 has been a year of not awakening, but of getting rid getting rid of so many things, and uh, not just people, but like also emotionally there's so much baggage that I held in me for so long that I didn't know how to let it go, or like, where to even start with letting it go. For the longest time, I felt like I could not express myself. I felt repressed in the environments that I was in. It was always like I had to minimize my existence. I had to minimize who I was. Like, I had to repress myself right now. And it doesn't scare me. If someone is offended by the way I am, by the way I look, by the way I choose to present myself in this reality, that's on them, because the world doesn't belong to anyone. The world doesn't only belong to the people that you agree with. The world doesn't only belong to the people that do what you want, you know? And this year, in as much as I have lost so much, and there I had questions. There are so many questions that I was asking God, mostly even regarding my family. There was so much that I wasn't understanding, and I feel like God was like, sit down and let me show you. Let me show you the truth. Let me wake you up. Let me show you. And I got to see that. And in seeing that, I saw things that I cannot even share with you. I saw things that I could never explain. Like, I saw things that if I told you, people would be like, oh, you're just overthinking it. Oh, you're just crazy. Or did you do this? Did you? And in the line of that, I've been apologizing a lot since when I was a child for things that people did to me. Like, people would do me wrong, and instead of them apologizing, I'll be the one to apologize, being guilt tripped into apologizing. I've spoken about being suicidal and like going through depression, and I've spoken about it and how, suicidal and depressed, and I was sick inside my head and I needed help. And I remember just sharing it with a family member, and they gaslit me like, yeah. And I realized that it wasn't because I never said it. People saw. The people that were around me, they saw, and they were observing, and they decided that was their choice. They decided not to reach out, not to help, because even when I asked for help, no help was given to me. Anyway, that's not really important. The other thing that God, in the beginning of this year, God told me to stop going to church, and I didn't understand. And in some way, you see, if you've grown up in church is like a thing you have to do. It's like a way of proving that you have faith, or proving that you love God. And in the beginning of this year, God told me to stop going to church, and I didn't understand why. So I was asking God, why, what is so wrong with church? I did not understand until I was out of church, and then I began to see and I began to understand. And right now I'm just in a place where I'm like, thank you, God, for showing me. Thank you for revealing these things to me. Thank you for, showing me. There are things I needed to see, because most of my life I felt like a crazy person. I felt like there was something wrong with my mind. And I realized that it was the intent of also the people that were around me. It was just a way of, control and a way of repressing me. And for the first time in my life, I feel free. I feel free. And there are still things I need to let go, and there are still things I need to heal. But right now, right here, right this moment, it's grace. And it's God. And I'm just glad and happy. And in my sharing this, when I'm saying something and when I'm sharing something, it's always like me trying to find my tribe, I think. And I know there are people that go through the same things, and because nothing is new in this world, and there are people that will get you without even you saying a thing. And I mean, your people will get you. You won't have to beg, you won't have to cry, you won't even have to go like over and beyond explaining yourself. The people that get it, get it. And the people that are for you will never watch you cry, will never watch you suffer. But the people that aren't for you, because I've cried a lot this year, and one time I was crying around someone and they were like, it's almost as if you're a nuisance. And I realized there was a time in my life I never used to cry, and it was because I knew that my crying was seen as a nuisance, or my crying is like, we maliza kulia ukichoka, like just cry ukichoka, once you're tired you keep quiet. And my pain has been there, like the people that were around me before, my pain made them happy in a way. I don't know why. uh it's weird to even think about it, but I was alone for Christmas. And for the first time, I was happy for Christmas, because being alone is way better. It's way better than being surrounded by demons in a human clothing, or pretentious, I don't even know what to call these things. So yeah, for those that get it, get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it, and that's totally fine. I wish you a good rest of the year. For the people that are still going through personal developments and changes, even still this time, wish you all the best. Wish you all the best. And give yourself some grace, and give yourself the opportunity to see yourself and to discover yourself, and just let God or the universe, or let earth and the frequencies that operate in it, they know best, because God sees your heart. God sees your heart. It won't always rain. It won't rain forever. You won't always be young and dumb. Things won't always be, like blurry. Eventually you will see, and eventually, if it's not, the time is not here, eventually you'll get wings and you'll fly. Eventually it's given. So keep safe, keep prayed up, and keep reeling yourself in. Keep seeing, like keep going deeper into self, like keep seeing yourself, keep at it, keep holding you. It's really, don't give up on yourself. Even if everyone gives up on you, do not give up on yourself, and give yourself the love, Give yourself so much love. It scares everyone that meets you. Give yourself the love. Give yourself an opportunity to be alive. Cry if you need to. Laugh. Bleed if you need to. And if you have to do it by yourself, give yourself that safe space to do that. Again, I wish you all the best and I wish you a beautiful rest of the year. Peace and love.